for the training day, I'm Alonzo. I know you're thinking I don't need a strap, but the dog don't like shine, bro. Truth rap getting weird, all of my peers secretly hate me. I used to think we was all dogs, but these niggas got rabies. Lord, keep them away from me, I know the prophecy about Levin. Cause I would hate to turn Michael Vick and make all dogs go to heaven. And it's true.
Foremost, I'm gonna give all praise to Y.W.I.D.O.I, Bahashum, Yahweh Shai, Kadash. I'm gonna give a double shout out to the elders teaching this truth to the four corners of the earth, and the young man labeling this truth to the four corners of the earth. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Man, we're gonna talk about time right now, man. A lot of people is confused with the time. A lot of people confused with the time, confused when the real Sabbath is, and you know, it's all over the place. But the reason why this is going on, man, because Esau, man, you know what I mean, he pretty much had a lot of the confusion that's going on in the world is pretty much blaming on Esau, man. You know what I'm saying? Even the scriptures tell you that, man, that Esau is the damn devil, man. You know what I mean? He do everything to confuse the world, man. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of brothers, a lot of camps are separated because of time and different doctrine and stuff, all because of Esau, man. But I'm gonna bring out, like the scripture said in Revelation, man, who got ears, let them hear. So I'm gonna bring out some precepts. If this doctrine registered to your heart and to your ears, all praise to the Most High. If it don't, you know what I'm saying, it's between you and the Most High, but I'm using strictly scriptures. Let me get that book of Daniel, chapter 7 to 25, Baba Kashar, King.
That's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time.
Right, so he changed times and laws, and it should be given to him dividing of time and a half, right? So that let you know that Esau was gonna have a short time to rule. You know, he got a time to rule on his planet, to corrupt things up. You know what I'm saying? I think like the movie Bruce Almighty was like symbolic for that. When Jim Carrey was playing that, you see how God gave him all that power, you see how he screwed up the world. That's pretty much what Esau did. You know what I'm saying? That was symbolic for that. You know what I mean? So he got a time. You know what I mean? To, you know, do his drum, you know, do all this confusion, all this atrocities, what he do. But it's gonna be up, man. Let me get that Luke 21, verse 24, King, Baba the shot. His time is gonna come to an end, man, and that's gonna be it, man. And then that's when our kingdom starts. You got it, King?
I got it, King.
All right.
Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right. So he letting you know we was gonna fall to the sword of the Gentiles until his time be fulfilled. Right. So that's when Esau pretty much took over completely over us, because we used to go back and forth. If you read the Bible, we went back and forth with power with Esau. Even after the Bible, we still had power. We was the Moors. We ruled in Spain and Europe. We went back and forth. And after they conquered us in Spain, we had no more power after that, man. We pretty much was done after that. So Esau really pretty much controlled it now. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of people confused with a lot of things that's going on because of Esau. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're gonna go into the real Shabbat, man. The real Shabbat, man. We observing the Shabbat today. We keep our Shabbat based on a new moon. You know what I mean? Whenever the new moon come in for that month, that's how we keep our Shabbat. You know what I mean? We don't keep the weekly Shabbat. No disrespect for the brothers who do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When Mashiach Yahushua return, you know, all things will come to the truth anyway. Right. But you know, we got to follow what's in our heart and what's what the Spirit lead us to believe. You know what I mean? That taught us the precepts out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So let me get that Exodus chapter 31, verse 15. And you let me get that Sirach 43, 5 to 6. I'm gonna let him go first. Let you go. Now these precepts, this is line up on line, precept on precept right here. So this is the scriptures. You know what I mean? So let me know when you got it, King. You got it?
Exodus chapter 31, verse 15. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death.
What more than what you got? What you read? 15. I want you to get 15. Okay, now get 16. Get 16. Yeah, get 16. Get 16 answers. Okay, okay.
Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
Now right there, you said it's a sign. So let me get that Sirach, chapter 43, start at verse 5.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 5.
Yep.
Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily. 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
You say a sign for what?
A season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
So you just read, now go back to give me what you just read. Now you said the moon is the sign, right? So what you just read, it said it's a sign between what? In verse 17, it said it's a sign between me and the children of Israel. So go ahead and read that again.
It's a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed.
So now people get this confused too, right? So when the Most High made the earth, people thought that this was a 6-day sun up and sun down type of thing. That's not true. When the Most High was making the earth, this was 1,000 years. Now we got precepts for this. You know what I'm saying? We're not making anything up. So when the Most High was creating things from day 1 to day 2, this was 1,000 years. This wasn't a sun up or sun down. And if you think about all the things, when the Most High was creating things, right? You know what I mean? It wouldn't have took no sun up to sun down for that anyway. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of things being done. You know what I'm saying? So let me get that 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. Baba Kashah. You know what I mean? And we prove all things by the scripture. You know what I mean? So one day with the Most High is 1,000 years. And this is in the scriptures. You know what I mean? So one day for the Most High ain't no sun down and sun up. You know what I mean?
Chapter 3.
Yeah, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. You got it?
Yeah, open up.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years.
As a what?
As 1,000 years. And 1,000 years as one day.
One day to the Lord is 1,000 years, right? You see what he said, right? So people, I don't know how people get that confused, man. Let me get Genesis 1:14, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna break some stuff down, man, today. You know what I mean?
I got it right here, King.
You got it. Okay.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14. And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth.
Give light
and
upon the what?
upon the earth, and it was so.
Right, so the lights is in the firmament. These are lights that are supposed to be up on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Not to get confused with the first light, because the first light is your outshine. You know what I mean? So not to get that confused with that, but many people are confused with that. You see what I'm saying? So let me get Psalms 104, verse 19, man. But see, this is all about the moon, man. Because see, you cannot tell time from the sun. Like you see, sun is just blowing up right now. You can just see the sun, right? You don't go through different cycles like the moon. You count your days by the moon. You see what I'm saying? All Hebrews agree to count your days by the moon, but then they get to every Friday and Saturday. Every Friday and Saturday, that's supposed to be Sabbath. That's very confusing when you're supposed to count your days by the moon. The scriptures say count your days by the moon. You know what I mean? You got it, King?
Got it.
All right.
Psalms chapter 104, verse 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knoweth his going down.
He said the moon, he pointed it for seasons. So that's how you can tell what's going on by the moon. You see what I'm saying? The moon is the one that tell you the time, right? You know what I mean? So let me get that Isaiah 66 and 23, man. This is going to be the dagger right here, and I'm going to digress after that. But this is the dagger, man, because people got to understand is that we the Israelites of the Bible, right? So if anything you want to learn out the Bible, you have to hear it from us. You cannot go to no Gentiles to hear Isaiah 66, 23. You got it, King? You can't go to no Gentiles to hear. You got to hear it for us. So when Mashiach Yahweh shall return, we will have rulership over all nations, right? We will govern each nation, and when they position on it, wherever the Most High put them in this planet, right? They're going to have to answer to us. You see what I'm saying? and we gonna rule over all nations. You know what I'm saying? But let me get that Isaiah 66 and 23.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another.
Stop right there. So it says from one new moon from another. So if you keep the weekly Shabbat, your new moon could fall on the Shabbat. So go ahead.
To another, and from one Shabbat to another.
So he said from one Shabbat to another. Okay, go ahead.
Shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahweh.
All flesh. So when Mashiach Yahushua return, we actually gonna teach the nations our Torah. We're gonna teach them what to do, what they can do, who could come to certain assemblies. Because I think Moab gotta always stay outside the assembly forever. That's what he did with us when we was in the wilderness, when we actually cross over. They wouldn't let us cross over. So Moab would never be able to be in the assembly with us, never. Right, but the other nations, after so many generations, the Most High will, after we teach them, you know what I mean, to get them right, but they still gonna be our slaves, whatever, our handmaids, but they gonna have to learn from us all things, you know what I mean? So I digress after that. Go on, Yashua.
For the training day, I'm a Lonzo. I know you're thinking I don't need a strap, but the dog don't like shine, bro. Truth rap getting weird, all of my peers secretly hate me. I used to think we was all dogs, but these niggas got rabies. Lord, keep them away from me. I know the prophecy about Levin. Cause I would hate to turn Michael Vick and make all dogs go to heaven. And it's truth 9 years 7. My purpose I still question. Cause nowadays I feel cursed like, is this gift truly a blessing? And they watching my page like when grown men start obsessing. Probably cause